Up next in the stack, filmmakers turn concepts into reality. We put technology to the test. And what's possible when you decide to inspire the person who inspires you. All that and more, coming up on Short Stack. Welcome to Short Stack. I'm William Theodore Odell, your host. Short Stack is an insider view into the thoughts, passions, and interests that define the lives of our contributors. First up is a dramatic treatment, written, produced, edited, and directed by Tatiana Harancic. Let's take a look.
So we're just going to start off with a few basic questions, if that's all right. Can you tell me how old you are? You know, we're not going to hurt you. You're safe here. I guess asking your name is off the table, too. So, who do you...
Jason.
Jason? Are you hungry? I don't think you've eaten for a while. There's nothing in it, if that's what you're wondering. We're not that mean. So, can you tell me what you were doing here?
I was hired to kill someone.
Obviously. I mean, it's no secret that this is the HQ for heroes. My question is, why would you come here? I doubt you didn't know that, so why?
To kill someone.
But there's a lot of people here who don't really like assassins. You had to have known the risks. Why?
Do you really want to know? Fine. I run away.
From who?
Who do you think?
No need to be snappy. I understand the Black Crows sent you, sent to you. I want to know who, specifically.
I'm the apprentice of the guy who runs the entire operation. If you find him, he's yours.
Can you describe him to me? Height, skin tone, hair color, eye color, age estimate?
I've never seen his face. He's always wearing a mask, the ones that the doctors wore during the bubonic plague. I know he has gray hair, and he's as tall as the other guy.
When you say other guy, do you mean the man I was talking with before? That's my husband, Finder.
That's his name? Of all things, Finder? Really?
Well, I didn't name him. You'd have to ask someone else. So tell me, why are you talking to me and not him?
I don't like him.
What do you mean?
I don't like him. It's as simple as that.
Okay. Why don't you like him?
He knocked me out. Sorry I didn't take too kindly to that.
Oh, that's why? You'll have to forgive me, but I believe you attacked him first. Finder's been trained to react at a moment's notice. It was merely an instinctual thing. He doesn't usually harm children.
I'm not a child.
From where I'm sitting, you are. You're what, 12? 13 is pushing it.
I'm 15.
That's a child's age.
I'm not a child!
Okay, calm down. I won't call you a child from now on. Jason, tell you what. How would you like to make a deal with me?
Joining us now is Tatiana. Thank you for being on Short Stack with us.
Thank you for having me.
I was in your film, So It Begins, and it was very fun working on it with you, by the way. It was really awesome. So, what was the inspiration for it?
Actually, a neat little backstory for the entire storyline of So It Begins is the original storyline was kind of just a mashup of all the characters I didn't have places for in other of anything else, really. So when I created So It Begins, it kind of it was inspired by all my other stories, like the plots I couldn't use, or more so the ones that couldn't really fit in those. And yeah.
Okay, so what were the challenges when working on this?
Definitely getting people who could really portray the characters well, such as the character you played, Jason. He was kind of, I don't want to say he was a character that's very easy, since you could easily screw him up. You could easily make him way too serious to the point where you can't take it like it's real. And the other character, Winter, she's kind of she has to have that sort of appeal to her.
Yeah,
where
sort of like, I don't know, can't explain it. Just like a motherly vibe.
Yeah, that's what it is. That was what it was.
It was very, very fun working on it, by the way. And I'd like to say, what do you have planned for the future? Like,
I am currently actually developing the story, and I hope to be able to turn it into something that could maybe be produced into like a TV show or even a movie. But I do have a lot of plans for it. Hopefully it works.
so you said these characters came from different things, right? So where did they come from, and what is their sort of story behind them, and just the whole universe they live in?
Well, definitely one of the more developed characters, Jason. He actually was inspired by a lot of people I know. As far as the insecurities he has and the being very weary of other people. So originally, he was a character I made specifically for this storyline, since I needed characters, at least more anyway. And he's kind of like the sob story. He has the sobbing backstory out of all the characters in the story. And basically it's meant to be this relatable character where he was given a really bad hand in life and people are meant to be sympathetic towards him, but he doesn't show anything.
Like, not really an emotional type of guy. And where do they live? Like, what's their universe, sort of?
Well, actually, it's a fake city I made up that I actually have not titled, but it's meant to be based off New York City.
So like Gotham?
Yeah, kind of. Basically, actually.
Interesting. So could you tell us another idea that you have planned in mind for the future?
Well, I actually just recently started doing this with the storyline where I'm introducing like a Generation 2, quote unquote, where it's kind of adding just more to the universe, where instead of just having these base characters and just having them continuously go on these adventures with nonstop conflicts, I want to include maybe like a generation after them. So like it'd be maybe their children, or they'd just be like brothers or sisters. So kind of just following in their footsteps.
Okay, that's awesome. So if you ever need Jason again, I'm always here. So that was really wonderful. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for contributing to the stack.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more stack.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back to Short Stack. I'm your host, William Theodore Odell. Technology is a constant in our lives, and at the rate of its evolution can be nauseating. The OS will look to change that for us. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Ethan McGuire. here with the OS, and today we are unboxing the Fast Charge Wireless Charging Pad by Powerbeak. With new features on the iPhone X and the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus, you are now able to do wireless charging as well as fast charging. Tough box here. Just ripped it to shreds. Here is the actual charging bank itself. It's kind of hard to get out of the box. Here's the micro USB cord that comes with it. As you see here, the power bank and the micro SD. We also do have the iPhone 8 Plus right here to test it. See, just getting out the micro USB. Plugging into my MacBook Pro. Let's see how this works. Always read your instructions. Alright, it says to plug in the micro USB to the outlet and the charging bank, and let's try it. It works, see? Now the blue LED indicates wireless charging. Now the green LED should mean fast charging, so let's try that out. So the iPhone 8 and the iPhone 8 Plus does not support fast charging until the next iOS update in 2018. But however, the iPhone X coming out next month might support that. And I am Ethan McGuire here from the OS.
Thanks, Ethan. Imagine that. Yet another update to new technology. Please keep us posted. The creative process is a journey that requires both self-discovery and self-expression. Let's check in with someone who is well on his way on this edition of Student Insight.
I'm your host, Elijah Rush. Student Insight is designed to introduce you to the creative and technical people that make WVT possible. Today I'm joined by the wonderful yet odd Eddie McCarthy. Thanks for joining us, Eddie.
Thank you, Elijah. I appreciate it.
Okay, so what are your motives for being part of the video production crew at WVTV?
Well, you know, when I get older, I want to make films. I know we don't film anymore, we record, whatever, but I would like to get into that whole storytelling state of mind, you know, because I like the flow of movies. I like the way they make you feel. I like how a 90-minute moving picture can change your whole life, you know? And I don't know, man. I just think movies are the way because movies are important, man. Even like they don't even change us personally. They can change history. They can change complete lives, man. Movies are very important, and that's why I want to get into it, because I want to change lives. You know, I want to impact people. I want to make people get up and try something new. I want to create.
Okay, that's great information, man.
Thank you.
Okay, so then I think, what's your favorite movie that you think that is important to people?
Okay, my personal favorite film is After Hours by Martin Scorsese. That, I don't know, it's a wacky film, but I don't think that really could change lives. I think a really important movie that could change lives is maybe Blade Runner, because there's a certain scene in the film where this blonde robot dude's getting ready to die, and he's in the rain, right, holding a dove in his hand. I don't know where he got the dove from. It's a weird film, but anyway, he's talking about like how he's been around and he's seen all this like wild stuff, man, and he's gonna die soon. And all those memories, all those moments that he shared, all those important things that he's witnessed will be taken away from him, you know? And all those just life-changing things that he's witnessed will die with him. And then he says, at the end, he says, they'll all be lost, like tears in the rain. And then he lets the dove go, It's really cheesy. I don't know why I put that in. And then he dies. And I just think that's really important because it's kind of like life, you know? Like, we share all these memories, all these moments, all these embarrassments, but then we're all going to die. So in the end, it doesn't really matter. Nothing matters.
What has been the most surprising thing for you in the class?
Whew. Honestly, it's our teacher, Mrs. Coney, being so cool. I was expecting, I don't know, like a big man in uniform from CNN or whatever, telling us kids what to do and like looking down upon us. Mr. Coney is surprisingly chill, especially for a dude who was in the army. Dude, man, I was like surprised at how cool and nonchalant he was. Don't get me wrong, he's very cautious about our class because, you know, you got to make it. It's a lot of his expensive equipment, so it has to run smoothly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was pretty surprising. I wasn't expecting him to be so relative or, you know, relate to him as much.
Gotta look into that. What would you want all the students at Work Valley to know about the C-Tech program?
Okay, if you're thinking about not joining the C-Tech program, just shut those thoughts out and join the C-Tech program, man. Because like a movie, it could change your life. You know, we have in our school right now, we have cosmetology. You know, if you're into hair, makeup, nails, whatever, man. If you're into setting up a certain physique or just, you know, showing people what you can do, I think cosmetology is the thing for you. That was a good rhyme. We have criminal justice if you're more interested in the law aspect of it. And we have, of course, video production, which is my choice. And I definitely recommend it to other people. Because you don't just learn about how to use cameras or, you know, like rule of thirds, like how to compose a certain scene. But you just learn about patience and how to work with people. And yeah, I think the C-Tech program is very important, and you should get into it, all you kids out there.
Thanks. All right. Well, thanks for giving us a few minutes of your time.
Well, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, man. That's it for Student Insight. I'm your host, Elijah Rush, and I'll catch you next time.
Thanks, Elijah. Recently, some aspiring producers were challenged to capture the moment and produce content that made the viewer feel like they were there. To that end, let's check in on those 3 very distinctive moments in time.
The HDMI cable, and get the food for the people. People get mad. No. How's the audio level?
It's good, boss.
It's good. Lighting?
Great, boss.
What about the HDMI? They all plugged in?
Yes, sir.
How's the exposure level?
It's good, boss.
What about the lighting?
Good, boss.
Yep. And the order of the 5 pizzas that we got for the whole crew?
Order is set.
All right. Good work, boys.
And action!
When Short Stack returns, we will journey into a reality where you are never truly alone. Short Stack will be right back.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Welcome back to The Stack. I'm your host, William Theodore Odell. We all have dreams, and if we're lucky enough, they'll be good ones, and that we can remember them. But what if they aren't so nice, and you can't forget them? Let's take a look at a new film by Richard Maskel. Joining us now is Richard Maskel. Thanks for joining us on Short Stack.
No problem.
Okay, so you're the director of Dark Dreams?
Yes.
When did the idea first come to you?
I guess thought sitting at home, I was I want to write a thriller kind of.
Thriller?
Yeah. So instead I kind of decided to make a trailer, I guess, for an idea that because I didn't have the full idea in my head, so thought putting pieces of it together in a trailer would be good.
Did everything go as planned?
Okay, not really, because at night I filmed it in the school. Okay. Security was occasionally stopping us or walking into the shots. Same problem with the janitors at night. They would come in and block our shots, mess it up a little bit. And then also adjusting to the pitch black in the school.
Yeah.
So that was the hardest part for me.
Rats. So are you going to do more than just the trailer? Or is it going to be a full film, do you think?
I'd love to make it a full film, but it's the problem I have is I don't have enough people to do it. So in time, maybe probably in 2 months, maybe I'll be ready to start doing that. But in the meantime, I was going to work on other projects.
Nice. So who was in it?
My friend Alex Gutierrez. I had some of my friends helping with the lighting, so it's 2 other people, and that's really it, just Alex. And my friend Sarah.
Oh, okay. What is it about?
Mainly, the idea behind it is that it's supposed to be a girl who's occasionally she's kind of getting picked on at times, and so I guess she has these witchy powers, and the kid who's picking on her constantly falls asleep in class, really, and she kind of goes in his head, messing with him, putting all these scary things in his head, terrorizing him in his dreams, really.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
So, what's next step for doing the full project?
I think mainly people casting.
People casting?
Yeah. I'm getting some of my friends from Chester to kind of help me. Okay. So maybe they'll come in 2 months in time. That's really it. That's the only problem I have. Right
Just getting more people for it?
Yeah.
Well, if you ever need an actor, got me.
I'm down.
But what do you think is the hardest part of making a film?
Definitely I'd have to say, for me at least, it's kind of the effects.
The effects?
Yeah. Because adding the effects and editing, cutting up the videos is kind of hard. Shooting the shots are kind of easy for me.
So you're more of a practical effect or a special effect guy?
Both. I'm learning to do special effects. That's something I'm trying to do. And practical effects is not really that hard for me.
Yeah, that's cool.
Special.
So what went into making this? Like a fear that you had or something like that?
I guess kind of a dream that I had. Like, I basically had a dream that I guess something was kind of chasing me and following me, and that's what kind of gave me the idea to start that.
That's crazy. Um, so you'd say that the main character is based off of you?
Yeah. Yeah, in a way.
That's cool. So how long do you think the full project would be?
Probably a month or two.
The making the whole product would take a month?
Yeah.
How long do you think the film would be?
40 minutes?
40
I think I
minutes.
could probably fit something in 40 minutes, yeah.
That's cool. You like writing? Is that your thing? Or
I'm
is it
not
just...
the best writer, but I've been working on it. So far, I like, because I'm not the very best writer. So, like, I'd usually shoot shots, don't have much talking. That's why I did the trailer, really. There was no words.
So you have, so you're more of a director, you'd say?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't wait to see what happens next. Thank you so much. We'll be right back with Short Stack.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
I'm William Theodore Odell, and you're watching Short Stack. Knowing your way around in the kitchen is a talent that everyone can enjoy in the end. Let's check in with Gabe Worsby on his take of the classic steak and eggs.
Hi there, I'm Gabe Worsby, and this is Amazing Eats. And today on Amazing Eats, we're going to be showing you how to cook some delicious, fancy steak and eggs. For this recipe, we're going to be using some elk flank steak. So we're also going to need some of the following ingredients for this recipe. First one is going to be 1 tablespoon of bacon fat, which we're going to put in our pan right now. Another one is going to be 2 eggs, some onion, basil, any source of fat, so I explained we're going to be using bacon fat for this, salt and pepper, and a vegetable of your choice. So for this one, we're going to be using avocados. So now that you've added your bacon fat to the pan, we're going to start adding our onions. So we're going to first heat up our stove and wait till the onion, the bacon fat melts. Now that our bacon fat has reduced, we're going to start adding our onions to the mix. Now as they're cooking, you're going to want to add some pepper and some salt to the onions and let them caramelize on a low heat for a couple minutes. Now that our onions are done, we're going to start working on the steak. So first we're going to add 1 slice of basically all fat into the pan so it gets nice and caramelized. So now that our bacon fat is fully rendered out, we can start cooking our steak. So we're going to move the bacon fat over. And then we're going to take our steak, put it in the pan on a nice medium heat. Now with our steak in the pan, we're going to put some salt and some pepper on our steak. So now that our steak's been cooking, we're going to want to flip it over. And you can see the nice grill marks on the other side from our pan. So now that our steak is finished cooking, we're going to take it off the heat and put it on a plate to rest. Now that our steak is finished, we're going to start on the egg. So first we're going to put our pan at medium heat again. And we're going to add another piece of bacon fat. So now that our bacon fat is completely rendered out, we're going to make our eggs. So you could use any eggs for this. We chose to make an omelet. So we're going to add our eggs to the pan. And we're going to make a regular omelet. And I already pre-seasoned this, so if you didn't, you should add salt and pepper. But I did, so it's already done. So we decided to put some bacon on to go along with our steak and eggs. So it's cooking up right now, and we'll be back to you once we start assembling our dish. So now that we have our steak cooked, we're gonna put it onto our plate. We've already pre-sliced it. And then we're going to add our omelet on top. After this, we're gonna add some of our caramelized onions that we've cooked before. And then for some nice bright color, we're gonna add some peppers, chopped green peppers. Now just for a little bit of color, we're gonna have some avocado slices on top. And our side of bacon. Perfect steak and eggs that I hope you can enjoy at home. So see you next time on Amazing Eats.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills.
The smarts?
Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Having a person who inspires you through tough times is one of life's greatest gifts. For many, that person is someone famous, and the relationship is just one way. What if that relationship went both ways? Let's take a look.
Ellen, I've noticed that I'm growing up during a crazy time in history. Some will say that people hate each other, and some will say that our country is so divided. I like to see things differently. Each morning, I wake up and I try and see the positive aspects of my life. Like my grandfather, you've taught me to see the good in the world. That's why I'm singing this to you. How's life been lately? You happy since the election? Each individual has their own unique perception on what life's about. So we ask ourselves a question. Are we coming together or have we lost that connection?
If you're feeling down like your light is dimming and you think there's no chance for new beginnings, keep your head held high while the world keeps spinning. Like Dory said, just keep swimming.
What person is a clear representation of happiness and joy and is a huge inspiration? It's this one lady who's a major sensation, can make us laugh no matter the situation. I wanna be part of this world she's created, so I'm writing, working hard, not sitting around and waiting. I'll keep moving forward, I'm constantly engaging. It's people like her that can unite the nation.
If you're feeling down like your light is dimming and you think there's no chance for new beginnings, keep your head held high while the world keeps spinning. Like Dory said, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Dory said so, just keep swimming.
Now I told you about myself and about my ambition, but I've yet to explain my medical condition. What I have is quite unfamiliar. It's something that I live with. It's called Russell Silver. It makes me look small and skinny for my age. That's part of my story. Next, turn to the page. For some, it can cause anger and rage, but instead I talk about it cause I like to engage.
If you're feeling down like your light is dimming and you think there's no chance for new beginnings, keep your head held high while the world keeps spinning. Like Dory said, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Dory said so, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Dory said so, just keep swimming.
Ellen, it's remarkable remarkable how strong you are. You've had hard time, but look, you've traveled so far. The number one message that I am here telling: the world needs more people like Ellen.
If you're feeling down like your light is dimming and you think there's no chance for new beginnings, keep your head held high while the world keeps spinning. Like Dory said, just keep swimming. If you're feeling down like your light is dimming and you think there's no chance for new beginnings, keep your head held high while the world keeps spinning. Like Dory said, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Dory said so, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Dory said so, just keep swimming.
Joining us now on the stack is Jonah Bowen. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
All right. When did you first feel a connection towards Ellen DeGeneres?
Wow. Well, I would say going back about 6 or 7 years now, I started to watch Ellen and I realized what she was doing. And what she was doing is exactly what I want to be doing. She is helping people every single day. And so, throughout my life, I've had many people, close to home who have inspired me to do good and think positively. And so I realized that Ellen wakes up and thinks that way. She has a positive outlook on life. And so she'll go to a show and she'll entertain people. She'll make people laugh and smile through her work. And I think that's the greatest gift that you can give someone.
That is truly amazing.
Thank you.
I've known Jonah for a while, and I'd like to say, how'd this video come about?
Well, I'd say about 2 years ago now, I started to think, how can I get this message to Ellen? How can I spread everything that I feel towards her? So what I decided to do was write out a script and make a video. So I got with different people who could help me in the industry. I wrote out a script. Many drafts later, I finally got to deciding, hey, let's put music into this, because music solves everything. And so I found people in the entertainment industry who know how to write music. My dad's in the music industry, so luckily we had people who could write music. And so what we did was I wrote out lyrics, they wrote out the music, and I was able to go to the city to a recording studio and record this over, which was a huge game changer. I really learned a lot through that.
Yeah, it's a really catchy song.
Thank you.
Will it be available on iTunes?
Hey, you never know. You guys like it.
Yeah, it was really catchy. So who helped?
Well, there were a lot of people involved. First off, there was Martin Dominguez Ball, who shot the film, and he really was, he dedicated so much time into doing it. And there was also, we had Matt White, we had Parker Kindred, we had all these people involved. They wrote the music. We had Emma Sandberg on vocals. We had Cindy Hopper built the puppet. We had
That's awesome.
we had Jeff Hall, Granger Otley, Connor Borthwick, all on the band. Patrick Slater, Ethan McGuire, Jared Peterzak, lighting, Randy Cofagno, building the puppet eyes. It was really an amazing opportunity.
So did you share the video with Ellen?
I did. My dad, like I said, is in the music industry, so he has people who sent it directly to her. Shout out to people like Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne who were able to get it right to her. So they did receive it, and I have gotten a note back. I have received
confirmation.
Yes, exactly. And so that's really inspiring to know that my work got to her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, Jonah.
Thank you.
It was very inspiring.
Really appreciate it.
Well, that was the debut edition for Short Stack. If you're a creative soul or have any passions or interests, make sure you come check it out, because we have a bunch of people with amazing stories to tell. That was Short Stack. I'm your host, William Odell. Catch you next time.